Hey, how's everybody doing? Welcome back to the Hot Rod Workshop. It has been absolutely frigid here in Pennsylvania, but I figured I'd update you guys on the current situation of the Roadster pickup. Pops and I were working on the back panel. We got pretty far with the back panel. We wheeled it out. Thought the crown that we put in the panel was suffice for what we needed. Started putting in the corners, just a slight return up to about a 45 degree to meet the quarter panels that we previously made. And we threw the return in on the bottom, and once we did that, of course, it distorted the panel a little bit, so we were finessing it with the shrinker stretcher. So things were going fairly well. Got to the point where I was planishing out the corners to meet the quarter panels, and I got the crazy idea of throwing it back into the English wheel to try to get more of the distortion out, and I ended up putting too much crown in the panel and it turned into trash. Now, that sucks. That sucks big time, but it's not all a bad thing. It's a lesson learned. And it's something that I find is critical in our particular field, to not discourage yourself and to keep moving forward in the direction that is in your best interest. Now, I'm not what you would call a philosophizer, okay? But these 4 steps have helped me in situations like this where I get frustrated, I get overwhelmed. I'm trying to get too much done at one time and I'm not thinking clearly. These steps have helped me a lot. And the first step is, of course, walk away. Sometimes it's not easy to do, especially when you have limited time. You're doing things on the weekends. You're trying to make the best at the time that you have. It's tough to sacrifice a Saturday because things aren't working in the direction that you want. But sometimes it's a necessity. I've heard of many situations where guys have gotten themselves in a pickle and they're stuck for months. But they think back and they say, if I just walked away when the first sign of things going wrong appeared, this would have never happened. Step 2, simplify. Now, in this particular situation, simplifying the panel to me is the best plan of attack. Meaning, instead of making one large panel that has the corners, the back, the return, the bead, all of this work, the machinery that I have, my limitations are, of course, doing too much with one panel. So, moving forward, I think the best plan is to order some new sheet metal, making the 2 corners first. That way I can use the English wheel to my advantage, putting the 2 corners in, and then dealing with the back panel separately. Yes, it's more welding at the end of the day to deal with, but I think it's the right step forward. Step 3, plan ahead. I gotta utilize my time a little bit better. I need the help of Pops over here in the shop, and I need to kind of schedule around the weather a little bit better. When it's freezing in the shop and you're running the heater, kerosene's expensive. These are all things that pile up in your head, and it makes things harder. It's harder to concentrate on stuff. And, sometimes, yet again, it's best to not really work on things if it's too much pressure on your mind and you're thinking about too much exterior of the job that you're performing. It's best to just not take it on at the moment. And finally, try again. As simple as that. Now, I may not be what you call an expert on fabrication, sheet metal work, you name it, but I'm definitely an expert on screwing stuff up. And what helps is knowing your way through it, trying to training yourself to accept your screw up, take responsibility, and instead of getting angry and frustrated, which I'm guilty of, knowing the path forward so you can continue to progress and get where you want to be. So I just wanted to update you guys on what's going on. I screwed up the panel. It's now in the scrap bin, and we're going to be ordering some new steel. We're going to simplify the task. We're going to make the corners first and make the back, and just weld them in place. And you know, I got some other projects here and there in the shop, a lot of organization stuff. But again, it's frigid in here. I mean, I'm talking, looking at the thermometer, we're looking at like 16 degrees in the shop. But in any case, I appreciate your patience. Hopefully we can get some more work done in here. And yeah, spring's right around the corner, guys. Let's just keep moving forward. Thanks for watching. What do you think? Ooh. Can you turn around? Good girl. You think it's too cold? Wanna go inside?